delegates of respective nations of this Model G20 Summit 2024. It gives me an immense pleasure to thank our corresponding Sri Vinod Jadhav sir for their historic Model G20 Summit in Bright Concept High School. To open up this summit, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to address 5 fundamental questions about the universe. How the universe made up of? What is its fate? What the universe began? What are the fundamental laws and why do they exist in it? Well, the answer was said by our great scholar Galileo. He said that the universe is written in the language of mathematics. We all need his patience and support. Thank you for your enduring through at this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, let us remember, when life gives us 100 reasons to cry, then show life you have thousands reasons to smile. Thank you for your attention and congratulations to all of you. Now it gives me pleasure to call our G20 President Miss Khushi Kumari of Class 9 to expansive G20 podium and occupy her seat.
To invite the acting Prime Minister of India, Ms. Komal, Sonia Shri, External Affairs Minister, and Adya, National.
Summit 2024 and 2023 and 2024. Now it gives me immense pleasure to invite our honorable guest, Mr. Shri Rameshwar Reddy Garu and Prasad sir, industrialist, to start this G20 summit by lighting the lamp, and also our honorable beloved correspondent, Mr. Young Dynamic, Mr. Vinod Jadhav sir, to escort them. Sir, please. And also Aisha madam, please.
May I now request Honorable Chief Guest and respected correspondent Shri Vinod Jadhav sir, escorted by Aisha Madam, School in Charge, and also accompanied by Acting Prime Minister and Acting President of G20.
Anshuman and Aditya. May I now call Anshuman and Krishna Thakur for the pledge.
Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegate of respected nations, Media House, ladies and gentlemen, I, Krishna Thakur of 6th class, solemnly pledge with the leader of the G20 group of nations, pledge to work together in the interest of world peace, interest of border security, free trade market stability. This involves the biggest international support for health crisis, the biggest support for girl child education, and biggest support for climate change financing. None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful. No, last but not least, coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success.
We affirm that no country should have to choose between fighting poverty and fighting for the rights on our lovely planet. Ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to facilitate free trade, rule-based agriculture, balanced growth, and inclusive growth. We pledge to work collectively for positive change, driving progress towards positive change. Freedom of speech, equality, and dignity are enjoyed by all. Thank you for global prosperity G20. We are all one and we shall all remain one. Thank you. This is Anshuman of Class 6.
Jai
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Mera Bharat Mahan.
To stand up for the Indian national anthem.
honorable guest, Shri Ramesh Reddy sir, Prisma president, and also Prasad sir. They are going to address, they are going to give a round of applause and honor all the guests, all the delegates of G20 presidents and prime minister. Sir, please, Japan, stand all of you.
Now, welcome address by Secretary General of UNO.
Good morning, Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Honorable Correspondent of Bright Concept High School, Shri Vinod Jadhav sir, respected teachers, dear parents, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Josephine Menon of 9th class, acting as Secretary General of UNO, I have come to the G20 to appeal that we must work and act together for the common good. And I also express my deep concern the Russia and Ukraine war, Israel and Palestine war, growing inequalities and climate chaos. I urge the G20 to find a solution to end all wars and total financial support to millions of migrants. Today I take a pledge on theme line of India. The world is one family. Let us all join our hands for a good future on this earth. With this, I end my opening remarks on this Model G20 Summit. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Your Excellency, Acting Prime Minister of India, Ms. Komal, Bright Concept High School, Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Ladies and gentlemen and dear parents, it gives me immense pleasure to thank our correspondent, Shri Vinod Jadhav sir, for permitting us to this Model G20 Summit. I also thank Ms. Komal for making this most memorable G20 Summit a great success. के संस्कारों से बड़ी कोई वसीहत नहीं होती, के संस्कारों से बड़ी कोई वसीहत नहीं होती और ईमानदारी से बड़ी कोई विरासत नहीं होती. Thank you one and all for your precious presence. I appreciate everyone's precious presence here. Thank you. May I now request Her Excellency Acting Prime Minister of Indonesia, Ms. Tanvita, Ms. Priyanka, External Affairs Minister, to give their opening remarks.
Bhagi. Salamat Datang. Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Tanvita of 7th class, acting as the President of Indonesia, stand by India's position. Pandemic is far from over, and the global economy is struggling. During this situation, no single country could recover alone. All countries are interconnected, and no one is isolated. It is not the time to create new tensions that could affect our global economy. We must focus on synergy and collaboration to save and build back our world together in order to bounce back and recover India. Ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of recover together, recover stronger, Indonesia encourages discussions on global priority agendas. With your permission, I thank all of you. I wish this meeting would lead to concrete, synergic and collaborative that can be undertaken in no time with tangible outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone wants happiness. No one wants pain. But you cannot mug a rainbow with a little rain. India and Indonesia have agreed to organize a trade and investment and bilateral army exercise grandeur. Recover together, recover stronger. Terima kasih, may be peace upon you.
Any supplementaries?
My question to acting President of Indonesia. Ma'am, China always claims that the Natuna Islands are traditionally fishing grounds of China. What is your clear stand on this island dispute?
Islands have no legal basis on the Chinese. Our country also filed a comment to the international court. Thank you. Salamat Pak. Welcome, Salamat Dadang. Your Highness, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I, Priyanka of 7th class, acting as a External Affairs Minister of Indonesia, stand by India's position. Since independence, our foreign relations are free and active to avoid conflicts and security issues. Our objectives are to set up 5-year development plans to safeguard economic development. India and Indonesia have democratic traditions and international tourist fascinating markets. Ladies and gentlemen, my country exhibits rich diversity of cultural practices and products. Finally, we truly support all nations who believe in democratic and respecting other cultural and traditions. Thank you for this G20 Summit, Bright Concept High School. Terima kasih.
It gives me immense pleasure to make Aditya, National Security Advisor of India, to speak on the dais.
Miss President, Excellencies of distinguished nation, honorable delegates of respectable nation, respected world president, media house, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends of India. Namaskar. India is keenly working with all neighbors and allies for national security, including border issues, foreign economics, military, and environmental issues. Also, we shall investigate any dispute or situation which might lead to international friction and conflict. Also, to maintain peace and in the secondary in accordance with the principles and purposes of the United Nations chambers. The border issue with a 3,500 kilometer border between my country and China shall be solved through dialogue and diplomatic channels. India, my country, is a peace-loving country. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. India has witnessed deadly clash with Chinese troops on June 2020. We are negotiating through military level talks. The shimmering tensions need to be solved peacefully. India, we are always positive. Our attitude means being optimistic about situations. Our interaction remains hopeful and we see best even in the difficult situation. What happened to us, we cannot forget. Parliamentary attacks, Pulwama terror attacks, Gokul Chat attack, Dilsukh Nagar attack, 1948, 1962, 1965 and 1971. और कितने attacks? हम बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे. Such attacks are meaningless and we should not keep quiet at any cost to protect our country. Dhanyavad. Thank you.
Thank you so much, National Security Advisor of India. It gives me immense pleasure to the Turkey President of Zainab, the President of Turkey, and Sufyan, External Affairs Minister of Turkey, to express their views.
Morning, Gunaidin. Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respective nation, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Zainab of 8th class, acting as the President of Turkey. Mr. Minister, distinguished representatives of the energy community, I would like to greet you all cordially. We hope this platform and meeting will bring benefit to us and the whole world. Here, we come together in the G20, the most important consumers and procedures of energy community in the world. Recalling the Turkey announced its strategy 2003 and declared 2005 as a Africa year. He said that the Turkey established its cooperation on an African continent on a win-win basis. We believe that the free trade area on an African continent will create a significant opportunities and investment in the coming period. Tashakkular.
Good morning, Gunaidin. Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Sufyan of 7th class, acting as External Affairs Minister. The slogans of my country is peace at home, peace in the world. My country, Turkey, is among the world's leading producers of agricultural products, textiles, motor vehicles, transportation equipments, construction materials, consumer electronics, and home appliances. Turkey believes in equality of all states, the rights of people, collective will, and justice for all. This G20 summit is important for moral values, free from discrimination, and to build legal international order. I sincerely extend my thanks to all the respected delegates of the nation. Thank you, Tashakkular.
Thank you, Turkey. Her Excellency President Ms. Soumya and Teshmita, External Affairs Minister of South Africa, to stand up with their opening
Your
remarks.
Highness, Excellencies, respective nations, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Soumya, acting President of South Africa. South Africa foreign policies has come a long way. South Africa new partnership with Global South, particularly with BRICS, IBSA, IORA, BASIC, and G20. It maintains a cordial relationship with all these agencies, and my country also maintains a friendly relationship with major powers such as the United States, the European Union, Russia, China, and your lovely India. Ladies and gentlemen, South African Union is a major contributor to peace and security. My country views India as a reliable market for its agriculture products. South Africa's relationship with India is stronger, political, historical, and multilateral. South Africa thanks all the nations for their support. South Africa is a unique platform to place its agenda that show Global South at the center of development planning. Thank you, Donkey.
Good morning, Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen. I, Teshmita of 7th grade, acting as External Affairs Minister of South Africa, thank India for this G20 summit. My country, being a permanent member in G20, has decided to bring stability to global economic governance and strengthen global economic governance. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend food support and health safety for all. Through this, we believe a better peace of understanding among all the multilateral nations of different groups. South Africa is very keen to unite annual World Health Assembly and the needs for beneficial economic growth. I also propose peace for all nations, safe and healthy life. Together we shall bring peace. Thank you, Danki.
Her Excellency President Ms. Muftin, Surbi External Affairs Minister, and Demis Mehta, National Security Advisor of USA, to stand up with their keynotes.
Morning, Your Highness, Miss President G20, Excellencies of distinguished nations, honorable delegates of respectable nations, respected presidents of world agencies, media house, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends of India. Today, I, Muftin of 9th grade, acting as President of United States of America, stand by India's position. One Earth, one family, one future. The theme of this G20 is real big. We, the delegates of this G20, we are braver than we believe, stronger than what we seen, and smarter than what we think. And the United States of America truly believes in the same. Thank you, Miss Acting Prime Minister of India, Miss Komal, for bringing the world under one platform. The United States of America will focus on building sustainable infrastructure, making quality infrastructure, creating an greater opportunity, dignity, and prosperity for everyone. The United States of America is proud to announce we have finalized a historic agreement of a new India Middle East Europe economic corridor. Additionally, the US wants to improve diplomatic relations with Latin America and Persian Gulf. The US fleet commands with responsibility approximately 3.5 million square miles and includes Persian Gulf, Red Sea, Arabian Sea, and parts of the Indian Ocean. The United States of America will, Excellencies and my dear friends, we need to see practical solutions tabled at next September summit of the United Nations. My dear friends, Acting Prime Minister of India, Miss Komal, I thank and I firstly love India, your culture, your food, and your tradition and your emotions towards each other. My dear friends, people are suffering. Our world is hurting and our planet is burning. And we express deep concerns. India's terror attack in Parliament, Taj Mahal Palace, Mumbai, bomb blast in Hyderabad, Gokul Chat and Dilsukh Nagar. I thank the lovely cultural, traditional and linguistic India for bringing the world. India's G20 presidency reminds us that we are one earth, one family with one future. Thank you.
Any supplementary questions?
To all, I am Nainika of 2nd class, Miss President of US. My question to you is, what is your country's position on trade war and world peace? Thank you.
This crucial question, Miss Nainika, the answer for your question regarding trade war, we shall resolve with bilateral talks on the trade war. And the second question regarding world peace, we all badly need peace today. The US will continue to support who believe in world peace. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate.
Good morning, Your Highness, Miss President G20, distinguished nations, honorable delegates of respectable nations, respected presidents of world agencies, media house, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends of India. I, Surbhi of 7th grade, acting as External Affairs Minister of USA. The United States' commitment to work in the interest of global challenges. These challenges include reducing food and energy insecurity, combating climate crisis, tackling COVID-19, and strengthening global health security. The United States believe in the interest of people's belief, in the interest of social issues, in the interest of economical issues. We, the United States of America, work very closely to advance peaceful solutions between India and China, post-war Russia and Ukraine, and the crisis in the Middle East countries. We, the United States, will advance peaceful media freedom, corruption-free world, countering disinformation, protecting civic space, and promoting the human rights of all the people. Ladies and gentlemen, we commit to advance these goals and we call on other member states to do the same. With the permission of yours, Miss President G20, I would like to thank all the delegates for their support. We together can make this world a safe, peace-loving world to live. Thank you, India. We love India. Culture, music, food, and many more efforts, loving feelings towards each other. Thank you.
Any supplementary questions?
President Miss Muftin ma'am, why United States of America is silent on the current of global crisis? Why didn't national hands join together and end war? What's stopping you all? Ma'am, please give clear-cut message of through this G20 summit.
Crucial questions. My country, US, is having big discussions with 193 countries in the world and had big discussions with G7 summit. And the US promises to end wars across the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of Distinguished Agency, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and Honorable Acting Prime Minister of India, Miss Komal of 9th grade. I, Debasmita Das of Class 7th, acting as a National Security Advisor of the US. Seriously, questions concerning trade and security arising from the new Washington Consensus must be surely under consideration in Tokyo, Seoul, Taipei, and of course Beijing. There needs to be evidence and fast that it is in front of mind in Canberra. There are opportunities for us to take concerted action, peace and development in places like Sub-Saharan Africa, where sustainable growth would deliver lasting benefits to the people of Africa as well as both to our countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we are improving the quality of our military-to-military relationship with China as we enhance strategic security dialogues and cooperate on issues like conspiracy and maritime security. The United States of America, we are prepared for negotiations, dialogues and denuclearization. We, the United States, we will do necessary to defend the world against any threat. Let's all come together for better future today, tomorrow and forever. Thank you one and all. Thank you India for hosting this first ever Model G20 Summit. We all love India.
Thank you, President of USA and USA. Her Excellency President Miss Akshara Kalachetan, External Affairs Minister of Mexico, to address.
Buenos dias, Your Highness, Excellencies, bienvenido, and namaskar. I, Akshara of 8th class, acting as Mexico President. This is my first G20 summit. So, as we meet to talk about the steps the world must take, strong measures to bring spirit of brotherhood. We have lead trade mission to India, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Turkey, Middle East, Singapore, South Africa and Nigeria. We are hosting a global investment conference, bringing together 3,000 top business leaders to generate over euro and $1 billion in new trade. Mexico congratulates the government of India for its leadership and commitment during our presidency. Mexico will continue its constructive and proactive participation in the G20 and seeking more inclusive, sustainable development for the most vulnerable people. Thank you to all. Your Highness, Excellencies, muchas gracias.
Good morning, Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nation, Media House, ladies and gentlemen. I, Kalachetan, acting as the External Affairs Minister of Mexico, thank India for Model G20 Summit. With Mexico believes shelter for all children, child welfare programs and jobs for young generation. Secondly, Mexico believes public safety and education for all age groups. Mexico is the friendly partner of India and also a trading partner. With this, I extend my warm regards each and every delegates of respected nation. Thank you one and all. Muchas gracias.
Mexico. Her Excellency Miss Niharika, President of European Union, with Monica, External Affairs Minister and National Security Advisor, to address the summit.
Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. At first, I, Niharika of 7th grade, I would like to thank Acting Prime Minister Ms. Komal Swamy for this G20 Model 2024. The European has 27 countries. We work in a unique economic and political order to maintain a cordial relationship among 27 European countries. The European Union is the world's biggest exporter of manufactured goods and services and the biggest import market for over 100 countries. We, the member of states of European Union, have gathered for one common goal. First, to a joint vision to build common future with one neighbor. Second, to consolidate a renewed partnership. First, so clarify security, peace and bringing religious people together.
Ladies and gentlemen, the European Union expressed condolences to the families of victims of terror attacks in India, including 26 by 11, Mumbai, Pathankot, and Pulwama. The European Union and India exchanged their views on current countering terrorism challenges, including countering radicalization and violent extremism, combating the financing of terrorism, and tackling terrorist use of internet. The world needs irreversible action to ensure that no territory is under their control used for terrorist attacks on other countries. With the permission, I conclude that we need UN high-level counter-terrorism strategy. Thank you.
All. My name is Laharika, class 6. My question to Ms. Niharika, European Union President, is why do not your European Union act swiftly to Ukraine and Israel? The world definitely needs a ceasefire.
Thank you, Laharika, for asking this most important issue. I agree that there is a gap in our policy and thinking in European Union. We all are working very seriously to stop the war with immediate effect.
Honorable delegates of respected nation, media, ladies and gentlemen, the European Union continue to cooperate and coordinate with all the countries in the world to maintain peace and stability. The European Union is aware of the love of the Indian to democracy in their faith in unity in diversity. We share the sorrow of the world and condemn any terror attacks in any nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the European Union has decided towards greater mutual understanding to avoid terror attacks or designs to promote terrorism in the world. We shall all stand by peace in the interest of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Her Excellency Ms. Zia, President of Saudi Arabia, and Fatima, External Affairs of
Your Highness, Excellencies, honorable delegates of respected nation, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I am glad to see that the three priorities under G20 presidency of Saudi Arabia, empowering people, safeguarding the planet, and shaping new frontiers, are aligned with the vision of 2030 agenda to achieve a better future for all. Dear colleagues, under the Saudi Arabia G20 presidency, the United Nations will continue to advocate to align the work of G20 2030 agenda. Among other measures, Saudi Arabia proposed $10 billion to the finance and an additional $5 billion to the African nations for the development. We also deeply appreciate the invitation by the nations and host India. Thank you, Dhanyavad, and once again, Shukran Lak.
Subah al-Khair, Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I, Fatima of class 7th, acting as External Affairs Minister of Saudi Arabia. My country, Saudi Arabia, enjoys cordial and friendly relations reflecting the centuries-old economic and socio-cultural ties with India. Acting Honorable Prime Minister of India, Ms. Komal, thank you very much for your G20 Leaders Summit. Ladies and gentlemen, my country has decided to invert $1,000 billion in food security, fuel shortage, economic slowdown, unemployment in the North Africa and global health. In the next coming years, Saudi Arabia is looking for financial stability and increasing households and firms' interest payments. Acting Honorable Presidents of distinguished nations, thank you once again. My country will always extend support to West Asia, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Thank you to all the modern G20 leaders, and once again, Shukran Lakum.
Thank you so much, Saudi Arabia. Her Excellency Ms. Icha, President of Argentina, with Sanjana, External Affairs Minister, to address.
Your Highness, Excellencies, honorable delegates of respected nations, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, bienvenido, welcome. I, Chakumari of grade 8, acting as the President of Argentina, welcome you to this Model G20 Summit. On behalf of the Argentine people, it is my honor to welcome you to India's G20 presidency. We are proud to have this opportunity to show our commitment to international cooperation, multilateralism, and global governance. We will steer the G20's efforts throughout our presidency in the spirit of an honest broker who we are, where we are, and where we are headed to will all shape the vision of our presidency. Argentina is a multicultural developing country where people from different religions, origins, and beliefs coexist peacefully in a plural identity. We are a vast and diverse country in the south of the Americas. We are undergoing a transformational change. We strongly believe that promising future lies in a growing integration with the world. What is dialogue without consensus? What is power without fairness? What is development without sustainability? These are the three questions worth asking our theme. Building consensus for fair and sustainable development aims to open a global conversation across the board about how to achieve this goal. Growth that is fair as well as sustainable is a pillar of development. This is the vision at the heart of our priorities for 2024 G20 Summit. We as a nation, we will continue to foster comprehensive and pluralistic dialogue with Business 20, Women 20, Labor 20, Think 20, Civil 20, Youth 20 and Science 20. So let us all pray for good infrastructure, education, job creation, safety for women and a corruption-free world. Thank you and dhanyavad once again. Gracias.
Good morning. Buenos dias, Your Highness, Excellencies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Bienvenido. I be Sanjana of Class 8, acting as External Affairs Minister of Argentina. This G20 summit has taught us how to be united under economic crisis. My country, Argentina, is looking forward to overcome fuel storage, financial crisis, and decline in imports and exports. Ladies and gentlemen, Argentina has a special understanding with India. India, being the largest democratic country in the world, it has taught the world how to be united during COVID-19 pandemic. With this, we pledge to support economically crisis countries with additional $2.5 billion with permission of yours. I thank all the respective delegates of the respective nations. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you so much, Argentina. Her Excellency President Ms. Hasini, the External Affairs Minister of Brazil, to address this summit.
Your Highness, Miss President G20, distinguished nations, honorable delegates of respectable nations, respected presidents of world agencies, media house, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends of India. First of all, I, Hasini, 8th class, acting president of Brazil, congratulate India for having chosen the motto, realizing opportunities for the 21st century for all. I also take the opportunity to congratulate the other members of G20 for highlighting the universal access to health, education and digital economy as well as financial inclusion of all citizens. I am proud to present through this G20 summit that we all shall find a possible peaceful solution to end and put a complete full stop to all the wars in the world. And I believe we can do it and we all continue to do it in future. My country's national anthem says that Brazil is against by its nature. Rest assured that nothing will change, that we will continue to protect our Amazon, our Pantanal and all of our bones. Count on my country and my people to make the world more sustainable and more developed. Thank you all. Obrigado.
Good morning, Bom Dia. Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nation, media house, press media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends of India. I, RT of 8th class, acting as a External Affairs Minister of Brazil. First, I thanks to the India for this G20 summit model. Brazil is the largest and 6th most populous country in the world, plays a major role in the world trade. We are leading producer of soya bean, beef and iron ores. My country, Brazil, looking forward for the better future for all Latin Americans. Brazil believes in the better health in the world. We are looking for the trade energy and better agriculture methods for the global economic. Ladies and gentlemen, Brazil wants to deeper understanding trade relation with the global power. Finally, Brazil extends full support for the world trade, better economic and world peace. Thank you one and all. Once again, obrigado.
Thank you, Argentina delegates. Her Excellency Prime Minister Ms. Jyoti Uzef, External Affairs Minister, and Srinidhi, National Security Advisor.
Hanyon, Anosiamashion. Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, Honorable Acting Prime Minister of India, Ms. Komal. I, Jyoti of 7th grade, acting as the Prime Minister of South Korea, I thank from my bottom of the heart to the Republic of India for hosting the G20 2023 and 2024. With the permission of Mr. President G20, I would like to make the House at first. We shall all agree to formulate and implement a clear, credible, ambitious and friendly India. Big deficits are dangerous. My country, South Korea, wants to strengthen strong ties with North Korea, Russia and China. We don't aim at the magnifying differences in the South China Sea. We strongly condemn a possible cross-Taiwan Strait in the South China Sea. This G20 summit should let us heal to conflict a transparent relation with North Korea, Russia and China. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank the decision to US to deploy a third terminal high-altitude air defense system in my country. We South Koreans pays homage to the terrorist attack Taj Mahal Palace in Mumbai in 2008. 300 plus injured, 174 people were killed. We South Koreans also pays homage to the terrorist attack in Mumbai. The 2019 Pulwama attack occurred on Jammu-Srinagar National Highway. More than 40 security generals were killed. South Korea's Bharat Memorial at the heart of the capital Seoul always pays homage to the Korean Wars, World War I and World War II. Ladies and gentlemen, India with its cultural diversity and believes that India is a lovely country to visit. Your country's Indian motion cinema, your country's evening snacks, the samosa and jalebi are not only tasty but also world famous quick snacks. South Koreans love India. South Korea extends support towards your lovely country, Bharat and India. Thank you. Gamsa Habnida.
Any supplementary questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Good morning to all. I, Navya of 6th class, my question to the Acting Prime Minister of the South Korea, Ms. Jyoti ma'am. Firstly, I congratulate you for the opening this cultural diversity with my country. Ma'am, my question is why there is a regular conflict in the Korean Peninsula and what is your take on North Korea and China's aggression and what is your stand on health issues post-COVID?
Thank you, Navya, for asking this question. My country, South Korea, is already under the process of World Medical Coding System and conflict in Korean Peninsula has to be resolved by following demilitarized zone without any further conflict. South Korea do not endorse wars.
Thank you.
I appreciate.
Good morning. Chan Achmiyo. Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Srinidhi of 7th class, acting as National Security Advisor of South Korea. My country, South Korea, is safe and has a relatively low crime rate. But my country is facing biggest challenges and security threats with my neighbors North Korea and China. South Korea, looking ahead, it's time for Seoul to conduct a comprehensive national security review, including the enhancement of economic and security expertise and the configuration of optimal defense and counter-strike capabilities. The challenges of Seoul are big. Ladies and gentlemen, our democracy largely respects civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights of every citizen. My country has a free press and a diverse civil society and shares the National Intelligence Service to maintain peace in South Korea and across the world. South Korea maintains a bilateral security alliance with the United States, Australia, Japan, and India. South Korea always believes in international human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, our country opposes China's and South Korean wars. We believe in better future for humanity and no war policy. I extend my thanks to all the respected delegates of the countries to solve security issues, border issues, and our goal is to bring Korean Peninsula that is peaceful, stable, and free of nuclear weapons. Thank you. Gamsahamnida.
Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Yusef from 7th grade, acting as External Affairs Minister of South Korea. I pledge to support all the underdeveloped nations and islands. Currently, more than 1,000 South Korean peacekeepers serve in the 6 peace operation worldwide. My country has made a permanent settlement of peace on the Korean Peninsula and the development of good relations with the North through dialogue, exchange, and cooperation. My country believes completely denuclearizing. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall all unite to contribute peace and prosperity in the world. Through this model G20 summit, South Korea looking for mutual trust based on dialogue and peaceful settlement. Thank you one and all. Gamsahamnida.
Thank you, South Korean delegates and President. Her Excellency Prime Minister Harshita, Hanvita External Affairs Minister, and Siddharth National Security Advisor of United Kingdom to address this summit.
Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Harshita of 8th grade, acting as the President of United Kingdom. We are determined to stay the world out of its current challenges and build a safer, stronger, more resilient, and a healthier future for our people and the planet. Under the theme of G20 India, our Earth, one family, one future. All the countries must refrain from threatening or using of force or seeking territorial integrity against the territorial sovereignty, political independence of any state. Russia's war against Ukraine, crisis in North China Sea, tensions in Israel and Palestine, terror attacks in India. Furthermore, they highlighted only the negative impacts of the war, especially in Ukraine, with developing the country to regard global financial security, macro financial stability, inflation and growth. Our commitment is to pursue reforms for better, bigger, more inclusive and a healthier future. They will work more substantially to increase the financing capacity of MDBs to minimize the impact. Thank you.
Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Hanvita of Class 7, acting as External Affairs Minister of United Kingdom. Thank you all G20 leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Kingdom, under the UK presidency of G20, leaders pledged to do whatever was necessary to restore leading, strengthen financial regulation to rebuild trust, fund and reform international financial institutions to overcome the crisis and prevent future. My country, United Kingdom, offer $500 billion to promote education for all girl child, safety for women, and food security for all. We together can make this world a better place to live. Thank you.
Your Highness, Excellencies, Honorable Delegates of respected nations, Media House, Press Media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. I, Siddharth Jha, acting as National Security Advisor of UK. Our aim is first national security in long terms to safeguard the nation, its citizens, our prosperity and issues of globalization. Our scope and approach over the recent decades during pandemics, national crime and security threats on our members of the state is not acceptable. Ladies and gentlemen, we will work together to build reforms and assessments on major security issues and protecting life of every citizen. We will protect and respect, which includes human rights, the rule of law, justice, freedom, tolerance, and opportunity for all. India is our crucial partner and a friendly nation in the world. We are working together in East Africa and Western Asia for development and education for all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have faced serious terrorist attacks in greater scale. We wish the world to support to defeat terrorist attacks in any country. Finally, I thank Ms. Komal, Acting Prime Minister of this Model G20 Summit. Thank you, everyone.
Any supplementary questions?
Yes, ma'am. Please, my question to Acting National Security Advisor, Mr. Siddhartha. What are the key elements of terrorism? And what is your specific view on the rising nuclear bombs in the world? Let the world know. What is your responsibility?
Thank you for asking this terror issue. The element of terror is to spread fear using arms and ammunition and create social disturbances. Terrorists use violence as their ideology. I agree that rising nuclear bomb is a serious concern, and through this summit, we all should say no to nuclear weapons with immediate effect.
Thank you.
I appreciate.
Thank you, delegates of UK. Germany, Her Excellency President Ms. Akruti Shravya, External Affairs Minister, and Mehek, National Security Advisor of Germany, to address this.